Watching a sunset out on the water is a magical experience. However, as the sun sets, it becomes extremely difficult to identify shapes, and with no ambient light, boats can become invisible. Watch as the boat in this clip appears to vanish. Several Colreg rules are connected to the use of navigation lights by vessels. These rules define the types of lights a vessel must have, the location of the lights, and how they must be displayed, dependent upon the activity the vessel is undertaking. By law, navigation lights must be used by boats from sunset to sunrise and in daylight hours during periods of restricted visibility or other circumstances when it is deemed necessary. As you can see here, weather conditions such as fog or heavy rain can restrict visibility, making it difficult to judge the distance between boats or even see them. In this video, we will learn the types of lights which are displayed on a boat and where they are located. We will also learn how navigation lights can assist mariners to identify the size of the boat, the angle where you see them, the direction the boat is travelling, and if the boat is underway or anchored. It is important to remember that having the correct navigation lights which are in working order is part of a skipper's general safety obligation. The lights should be fitted by the manufacturer or an authorised person. It is also important to check lights are operating as part of your regular maintenance plan and before you head out onto the water. Finally, always carry spare bulbs on board your boat. So let's have a look at the types of lights on a boat and whereabouts they are located. Now, the masthead light, or an all-round white light, is located on the centre line of the boat, so that's between the bow and the stern. The stern light is white, and that's actually located at the back of the boat. And then we have two side lights. A green light is on the starboard or the right side of the boat, and a red light is on the port or the left side of the boat. Lights must be placed and displayed appropriate to the size and class of your boat. The range of visibility for the lights is also important, with side lights and stern lights on all boats up to 20 metres required to be visible for 2 nautical miles. However, for boats up to 12 metres, the range of visibility for the masthead light is 2 nautical miles and 1 nautical mile for an all-round light. For boats between 12 and 20 metres, these distances increase to 3 nautical miles for the masthead and 2 nautical miles for the all-round white light. Let's look at some combinations of navigational lights you may see when you're out on the water and use them to determine the type of vessel, its size and what activity it is undertaking. Let's begin by looking at boats at anchor. Now, during sunset to sunrise, a vessel at anchor must display an all-round white light. In this image, the vessel is only displaying one anchor light, and that indicates to us that the boat is less than 50 metres in length. However, boats over 50 metres, they should have 2 anchor lights, and the higher one should be towards the bow, which will help you to determine which way the boat is facing. Now let's look at boats underway. Boats under 7 metres whose maximum speed does not exceed 7 knots will be displaying an all-round white light or a torch light. Now, the light may be moving towards you, away from you, or be on your port or your starboard. If you see a green light to your port and a red light to your starboard, this indicates the sailboat, which is under sail, is coming towards you. The green and red lights are the sailboat's side lights, and displaying these lets you know that the sailboat will be over 7 metres in length. Sailboats less than 20 metres in length may combine their side lights and their stern light in a single lantern and carry this at the top of the mast. Powerboats and sailing boats that are using their engine will display their side lights and a masthead light. If you see a green light to your port and a red light to your starboard and a white masthead light, this is telling you that the vessel is travelling towards you. If you see a white stern light, this tells you that the vessel is moving away from you. If you see a green light moving from your port side to your starboard side, or a red light moving from your starboard side to your port side, this is a sailboat under sail crossing your path. We know it is under sail because it does not display a masthead light. If you see a red light crossing from your starboard to port side, or a green light moving from your port side to your starboard side, and the vessel displays a white masthead light, this tells you this is a powerboat or a sailboat under power passing across your path. We can tell the length of the vessel as ships or other large vessels over 50 metres long will display 2 masthead lights. So let's recap. Boats at anchor must display an all-round white light. Vessels under 7 metres with a maximum speed of 7 knots when underway must have a torch or lantern displaying a white light. A sailboat under sail between 7 metres and 20 metres in length must display side lights and a stern light or a combined lantern. Powerboats or sailboats under power must display their side lights, a masthead light and a stern light, or an all-round white light. Ships or large vessels over 50 metres will display their side lights, stern lights and 2 masthead lights. More information about the types and combinations of lights to be displayed can be found on the Maritime Queensland website.